Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time with Blossom and Friends. I'm here with my mommy.
Hi, everyone.
My first friend. Today, I know it's a little different because you're used to seeing me with another lady, Songbird, but unfortunately, we had a conflict of interest. So I'm continuing on this YouTube under a different name. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks because this is like Women's Month and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it's a sucky predicament, and but you know, the show must go on. So I'm here with my beautiful mom, and today we're going to talk about women's friendships and whether or not mothers and daughters can be friends. And I personally feel that me and my mom are good friends. I still absolutely respect her as my mother. And I know a lot of people say that, you can't be friends with your children and stuff like that. So we're just going to delve into that and, talk about, how we feel about that topic.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy. And of course, this is my daughter, Blossom. And she's a beautiful daughter. I couldn't have a better friend. And absolutely, yes, you didn't know? Girl, please. Absolutely, mothers and daughters can be friends. But at a certain age. The thing is, Indy is 33, right?
I am 34.
Oh, 34. I'm sorry.
I
34.
just turned 34 in January.
Okay, but
I forgot my
listen,
age.
I'm old though, so I could forget stuff. Okay, thank you. So anyway, she is in her 30s. I'm in my 60s, and absolutely, we can be friends. Now that doesn't mean that we go to the club and we be shaking things. But no, we don't do that.
There are certain things that we could not do together.
Exactly,
Most definitely.
exactly. But I think it's very important for a mother.
Go to club anyway. Sorry.
I think it's very important for a mother to be open to everything and talk about everything with her daughter because, of course, where is she going to learn it from? And if you want them to learn the truth, you have to be open and honest. And even though it's scary, and do you mind if I tell a story?
Not at all.
Okay.
We're going to be open and authentic and honest.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell a story about how open and honest I was, and it was terrifying for me. India was 9 years old. And at the time I was driving, and she asked me, Mom, is it okay if I tell a story?
Okay.
Oh, okay. She asked me, Mom, what a blowjob is. So I almost crashed, needless to say, but I didn't. I just asked her, I said, India, where did you hear that from? And she was like, oh, my friend. This was India when she was like 9. She had a very high squeaky voice, so I'm just mimicking her.
I still gotta have a squeaky voice, I guess.
Not like when you were 9. She was like, oh, my friend, she said she gave her boyfriend a blowjob. And I was like, oh, okay. So I proceeded to explain what a blowjob was. And Indy had the funniest reaction. Huh? Yeah, well, you were 9.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of friend I had at that time.
Girl, listen. Anyway. And she was like, ew, that's disgusting. This is her reaction. So, of course, in my mind, I was like, oh, God, thank God. Oh. But these are the kind of conversations you have to have with your children. So, and I think that's why India feels so close to me because she was able to talk to me about anything. And I know sex and drugs and things like that are very scary for any parent to talk about. But the world is going to show them. So you might as well be the one to tell them. So at least they'll get the truth from you. And after that, I guess that's why, our relationship became, well, it was always close. She was always up under me and in my closet and my makeup and my clothes. I mean, it's what a girl does. And you just have to let them explore because they have to learn.
I still be stealing her stuff.
You sure do.
You got great style, Mama.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But you know what? Mama don't have a whole lot of money, so stop stealing my stuff. Thank you. Anyway, but you know what though? She says I'm her best friend, but she's my best friend too. She is a lovely child. She has always been a lovely child. When I had her, God must have blessed me. He was like, listen, I already know you got enough to handle it. So we're going to give you a really good child. So she was a wonderful child. I cannot ask for better. I really couldn't. I mean, she is my best friend, and we went through a lot together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went through a whole lot.
And how did you feel about that growing up too? Because Mama made some mistakes. So.
Growing up was definitely difficult for me. because school life wasn't all that great. I was always getting teased and stuff, and you know, I was definitely one of those kids that were always like teased because I was always different. So going back home, there was a lot of traumatic things that were happening. You know, unfortunately, mom had a boyfriend that was not the greatest person, and and there was a lot of domestic violence and stuff that was going on. So home life could be stressful, school life could be stressful. But the one main thing I feel that was really important to me was the fact that I could always come to you and talk to you about things. Like, no matter what was going on, I could always express my feelings to you and talk to you about, you know, how I felt and what was going on in school, and you would advocate for me. And no matter what we were going through in life, you know, me and mom, we went through in and out of shelters. We went in and out of homelessness. Like, there are times when, you know, we were in a predicament or in just a small home. And my mom is just such a decorator. Like, she literally was able to make anything a home. Like, literally, like a hovel into a home. Like, as you can see, like this is her. This is her decorations. And I really appreciate your organization and just the fact that you are just were able to turn anything into a home. I was always comfortable. Like, I'm so appreciative of that. And honestly, like, yeah, we went through so many traumatic things, but there are people who had parents that would abuse them, starve them, wouldn't listen to them. There are people, I had friends that are adults that couldn't even talk to their parents, you know, about, like, I had a friend who was pregnant and she was afraid to talk to her mom about her being pregnant. She's in her 20s. Like, you know, not to judge that or anything because you don't know everybody's family dynamic, but it still makes me grateful for the fact that I can talk to my mom. Like, for example, like, when I was 19 was the first time that I actually tried weed. And I remember calling my mom and I'm like, "Hey mom, I have something to tell you." And I'm like, what kid is really gonna tell their parent that they tried some like drug or something at that time? She was like, "What, India? What is it?" And I'm like, "I tried weed for the first time." She's like, "Oh my God, thank God, I thought you were gonna say you were pregnant."
I remember that. Okay.
I thought it was so funny because it was just like, wow, like, wow. But yeah, it was just the fact that I just know that even if like something like that was to happen or I wasn't like responsible, I could still come to my mom and, you know, count on you for a lot and just, you know, be able to express my feelings and you're listening to me. And that is a blessing that a lot of people don't have.
You're going to make me cry.
Oh, don't cry, because I'll cry.
Yeah, you're going to make me cry. But thank you very much, you know, because as a mother, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes. And I just thought that I was so horrible. I really did. But to hear you now and to hear that, you know, even though I did make mistakes, that they weren't detrimental to a point where it really traumatized you to where we can't be friends and we don't have that understanding, that makes me feel a whole lot better. I'm serious. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you so much. I love you too. Like I said, she's the best daughter ever.
Oh, you know, it's really important to have a good relationship with your parents. And, you know, sometimes it's okay if you don't too. You know, I want to say that you're human, you know, everybody makes mistakes.
That's true.
And I think a lot of us forget that our parents are human and they did the best they could with what they had.
Stumbling through.
Yeah. A lot of people became parents when they weren't ready to become parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you just gotta, there's no, like, a lot of people don't prepare themselves. There's no class to, you know, teach how to be a parent or teach how to, you know, there's books you can get, but how many people really get books?
And then,
you know,
even if there are parenting classes, right? but they don't prepare you for the emotions behind it.
Yeah,
they don't prepare you for the day-to-day activities of what you have to do. There's a lot of things that, you can learn the basics of being a parent, but when you're actually in it, it is so difficult. It is so hard. And even the best parents that come from the best places, they still make mistakes. The difference is that they understand what they're doing. Where someone like me who grew up in a difficult situation myself, I had a difficult childhood. It was hard for me to, understand what parenting is. So, it's just nice to hear that I didn't do so bad. Let's put it that way. It really, it really is, because it was a scary time. And even though it didn't seem like, I know a lot of times I didn't seem like I was scared, right? I was terrified most of the time. Like now it's so much easier raising like your younger brother. Mm-hmm. It was so much easier because unfortunately you and your older brother, you guys were like the kind of,
we got the butt of
it. Yeah. So, but now it was understood what I needed to do. And the thing is too that, and this is for other parents too that are in my situation too, once you know. And the one thing that you need to do is just apologize and say, hey, listen, I didn't know, and be honest. Because when you're honest, I think your children have an opportunity to forgive you and see you as human, as opposed to seeing you as this person who didn't care. And that's not the case. I don't think that's the case for any parent. I think all parents care, is just that they don't know how to, and they're scared to admit that they're wrong. Never be scared to admit you're wrong. You're a human being. You're not perfect. You're gonna make mistakes, and it's okay. It is okay. I can't say that enough. And again, that's why we still maintained a really close relationship. And don't think that she's always calling on me. I'm calling on her too. Asking her, what do you think? How about this? What's the situation? And we talk about everything. So, it's a wonderful relationship. And honestly, she is my best friend. I would love to have other friends, but even women my age, some of us we're still trying to find ourselves, and I get that, but it's just nice to have a good friend, somebody that you can count on. And if it's your daughter, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely. Mm-hmm. I really do appreciate, Mom, that I was able to talk to you, because I really met a lot of people that just don't have what we have. So it really is a blessing, like, honestly. I've really met some abusive people that have like narcissistic mothers. You had a narcissistic mother.
Well,
not grandmother.
Grandmother, yeah.
I'm sorry. My grandmother's actually
grandmother.
Not my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
A narcissistic grandmother, my great grandmother. She was definitely a character. So
nice, being very nice. Very nice. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I said that's being very nice.
Yeah, I'll say she was a character. We still love her. We still send her love and stuff like that, of course. But she was definitely, you were pretty much somebody who ended a lot of generational curses I see in her family.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah. She wasn't a perfect person either. Mm-hmm. She had her own trauma, and that's why she was the way that she was.
Our whole family trauma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that has to do with a lot of Black families, to be honest. In America, like, we are still going through the healing from slavery, from, growing up on plantations
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Her grandmother was born on a sharecrop farm. My grandmother, her mother, was in Mississippi and still had to deal with racism and stuff like that. And she's only 72. You're 72, right, Grandma?
Oh,
74. Okay, see, I messed up too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Grandma.
You're getting old too, girl.
But yeah, so she's 74, and she still remembers a lot of the racism and stuff that we had to go through. Segregation ended in the 50s, right? It was the 50s.
60s.
The 60s?
60s. It was a lot, and we all go through that. And that's the one thing that, if anything I could say to Black people is that, remember, please go and get therapy. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff we do comes back from those times. And we have to remember that our parents, our grandparents, our great-great-grandparents, they suffered a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot. So whatever you see them do that's very unhealthy, even if they don't admit it, learn to let go, learn to forgive, because when you've been abused, it takes a very long time to heal. But you have to be honest about what you're healing from. And a lot of people, they don't want to go back and do it.
Yeah.
So just forgive them, move on, because at the end of the day, when you become an adult, your choices are yours. So you can't blame anybody for those choices. You can choose to be healthier or you can choose to be unhealthy. It is up to you. So, and I can tell you just from my own personal growth, choosing to be healthy is so much better because I have a great relationship with my children now, and I can't be more grateful. And they are like the best kids. And again, I don't think I would take credit for y'all. I think, you know what, God put a lot of that in there because
Aww.
you guys are wonderful. And we've all been through a lot. You guys are really great. You know what I'm saying? Really great. I mean, we all have things that we have to learn from, but still, you guys have come a long, long way. And one thing that I can say is that you never, you were always open and honest. And at least when we had conversations, honest conversations, you guys understood and you gave me forgiveness. So I can appreciate. I'm gonna start crying again. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mamas.
I'm sorry I get emotional when it comes to that because, you know, I'm very happy that I still have the relationship with my children because that's a blessing and a lot of parents don't have that. So.
Oh, I'm happy to even be able to do this with you. Like, honestly. I also want to say that I appreciate the fact that you let me be who I am and I can tell you the things that I'm doing and you support me. Like, her whole apartment has a lot of my artwork in it, and she she really does appreciate the things that I do, my endeavors, the fact, like, I'm a burlesque performer, and burlesque is kind of like stripping. And I mean, it is stripping in a way. It's an artistic stripping, but it's stripping. So it's just like, you know, I do a lot of bourgeois, I do a lot of lingerie work, and here she is, like, still supporting me as my mom, even though, like, I know it probably makes her feel uncomfortable sometimes. But she wants me to be happy, and I just appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, I'm just happy that I can express those things with her. And, you know, a lot of parents wouldn't, you know, understand
it's your life.
that. Yeah.
It's your life. You know what I'm saying? It's not my life. It's your life. So whatever you want to do, if you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting anyone, it's your life.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Oh.
And I appreciate your older brother, and I appreciate your younger brother. I appreciate all of y'all, because all of y'all make me feel so safe. We have these long conversations about how she feels, and, you know, there are days when I know she wants to give up and she doesn't. And that's what makes people courageous, when you don't give up, even though you're feeling down, even though you're feeling that, you know what, there might be something going on with me. The fact that you just keep going, that's what makes you courageous.
Thank you.
And all my children are like that, by the way. I just want to say, they're all very courageous, you know. But India being the only girl,
Oh.
yeah. That's why her brothers are scared of her.
They are not.
They are. What?
It is, listen, it's my job to bother my brothers.
Yeah, okay. Listen, her older brother, okay, can beat her anytime he wants to, but he will not. He says, I won't even get the first swipe, so I'm not even going to try. That's right.
A lot of the things that you went through, I watched you go through it and just keep pushing. You kept pushing for us. You kept pushing just to have a good life. And, you know, no matter what mistakes you've made, it's just, honestly, I get a lot of strength from you, because, like, when I do feel bad and stuff, I'm able to call you and be like, Mom, this happened, and I feel really bad about it. And you give me the best advice. Like, you really do help me keep going. And when I feel like there are people who are just really not supporting me, I feel like there are people who just are misunderstanding me or are just so committed to misunderstanding me. I know that I have a backbone in my family, in you and in my brothers and in my grandmother. Like, you know, you guys are really a big supportive system for me, and I really appreciate you guys. And I feel like God blessed me with you guys, because if I didn't have you guys, I probably wouldn't be as strong. So.
You're really trying to make me cry, right?
I'm not trying to
yes,
make
you are.
you cry.
You're really trying to make me cry.
I'm so grateful
yes,
for
sir.
my mom. I'm so grateful for her. Oh, mommy. I'm so grateful. Honestly, I'm so grateful for my family all together. My brothers, we're like really amazing people.
Absolutely. And you're
My
all my children. This is such a wonderful thing, isn't it? I'm sorry. I told you he was gonna make me cry. I told you, but I just want to say though that you guys give me strength too. I just wanted to know. I want you guys to know that you guys give me strength too. I wouldn't push so hard if it wasn't for you guys, you know. And sometimes that's what made me go, was for you guys, because there were times when I didn't care about myself, but I cared more about what happened to you guys. So, thank you very much. As much as you say I blessed you, you guys have blessed me. Hmm. And you better had after like nine months
oh,
of
here we
pain.
go. 9 months of pain,
That's
long
right.
hours of labor.
8 hours of labor and stuff. Oh my goodness. No, but Juwan was the worst though. It was 24 hours. That's right. Julian was the easiest. Yeah, he was the easiest, Julian. He was the easiest. So, but thank you so much. Don't wave at me, son. But thank you though. No, but I am. I'm very blessed to have such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family. I still have my mother, which a lot of people don't have. She's a blessing too, because she always helps us no matter what. That's one thing about my mother I got to tell you guys about though. You pick up the phone and say, "Hey, mom, can I borrow this? Can I do?" "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." So if any reason why I'm like that with you guys, that's because she's like that with all of us.
Grandma
Right?
has been through a lot herself.
Yep.
She really has. And, you know, she has her own issues. She has her own depression. She has her own things that she goes through. But Grandma has definitely been there
For all of us.
For all of us. And we
Mhm.
appreciate you, Grandma.
We absolutely do.
We love you very much, okay? We want you to know that so much, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, gonna make grandma cry too. Okay, we gotta stop this. Listen, we gotta go to a happy thing, happy place. But these are happy tears.
Yeah, they're very happy tears.
Mm-hmm.
They're tears of gratitude.
Yes, they
honestly, because I really have, and like going into the subject of Women's Month and women's friendships and stuff like that, I've had the most difficult time, like with female friendships sometimes, because it's just like, you know, men are a little different. Like, I feel like they're a little bit more honest with their feelings and what they say to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Women can be very catty. Women can be very, like, just, like, the backhanded compliments, the, you know, saying something that you don't necessarily mean. Like, it's just been really difficult sometimes. And I'm grateful when I do find women that, that are just natural, like, you know, and my mom is a really great example of that. Sometimes it's not, you know, easy finding those people, because sometimes they come off that way and they'll preach those things and what have you, but they're not really like that. So I've had many experiences like that, and I've just, I'm just grateful that at least, you know, I have my mom, who sees the good in me, who knows that I, you know, who I am, and I don't have to have any like pressures or anything, or trying to prove myself or what have you. I also have some good girlfriends that are like that too, and I realized that part of it is me not noticing the red flags when they're there, and noticing, like, you know, there are friends where I've never, ever, ever had a problem with. Like, you know, if it's an easy talk and I can talk to them, if it's easy to talk to them about certain things that I have an issue with, that's a friend, you know. When they are being communicative about how they feel, that's a friend. Like, recently, I just had a fallout, and I want to say, I'm not going to mention any names or anything of the such, right? But the fallout was basically a miscommunication about what we were trying to do.
The only thing you can do in life is be who you are, be true to yourself, be honest, right? Be loving and caring, and you will find the right people. They'll come to you. Anybody else that shouldn't be in your life, they're going to show you. Once they show you who they are, just believe them.
Yeah.
And then move on from there. And that's it. And it's not about don't hate them or anything else. Just let them go, because you have to understand, if somebody is not ready to change, or if somebody has they still have pain that they haven't addressed, there's nothing that you can do to help them until they're ready to be helped. You understand what I'm saying? So just move on from there. You'll find the people. You already found people, right? You got your people.
I did.
Right? It's just like our cats around here, right? We got 3 cats around here, right? They all love different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yet they love us, but they love different people, right? And that's how people are going to be. You're going to find your people, you know, and just don't worry about anybody else. Because at the end of the day, honey, listen, it is what it is. See, the problem with you is that you're a very caring person.
Yeah.
See, and that's the problem. And you want everybody to like you, right? That's just not possible. It's not. So don't worry about it. And everybody don't have to like you. You know what I'm saying? Just move on. The people that are supposed to be with you, they will be with you. That's all.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Because listen, you get too many gray hairs worrying about people. Don't worry. Listen, we got enough that we got to be bothered with.
I'm not really worried too much, but it was a little, you know.
Well, she was a friend.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about.
And I cared about her. And it was just like, you're acting like I never cared, or like I didn't put in work for you, or, you know.
But that's it, though. See, you do what you got to do. But like I said, you be you. But once people show you that they can't appreciate who you are, then you leave. Because don't give your energy to someone who's not going to reciprocate it or really use it to help themselves. Don't even worry about that. Just keep on moving and just be the best you can. Because there'll be people out here, even people that you don't know, that will be helped by you. Just be you. Okay?
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay.
All right, guys. So that's it for today. That was tea time. It was the first tea time with Blossom and family.
It was very nice too. I enjoyed myself.
My mom is definitely gonna be on future episodes, so you know, definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna have maybe episodes by myself with other friends coming up, but my mom is definitely gonna be a prevalent part of this podcast. And thank you for joining us. Thanks for having tea with us. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. And join me, Blossom, next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.